Right, I've started all the painting. As you can see by the hanging arms, I've coated them and I've got a bit of lacquer on it. So that's them. Body, again, coated and first coat of lacquer. That'll need some more. I'll get some more on that before I polish it. The head, what I've done is, I didn't like the size of the head, so I've chopped the head down, so reduced the size of it, and I brought the sides in a little bit more. So I've done a little bit more work. He's sat over in the corner. He's got a bit of filler on at the moment, but in the next part of the video I'll get that one on. I've also, on the shoulders part, just chamfered it a little bit more, because it was chamfered okay by one shoulder, but by the other one it was slightly higher. It didn't look right, so I've done that. And of course I changed the leg size and the arm size from 43mm to 50mm just to buck it up a bit. You've got to be able to make changes as you go along, because you're working with materials and things happen. Just got to get on with it. So let's crack on and see where we are next. So we've coated the white on the legs and we've started with the black on the boots. I've also been and coated the peak and around the hat on the on the hat, sorry. Also, what I thought I'd do is give the face a quick coat. It shows any marks and lines that I need to go back and fill, so I'll let that dry. I can fill that and sand that, and then we'll give it another couple of coats. Then we'll be ready to start painting the face on. So what I'm going to do is, he can stand on his own 2 feet, but everyone I've seen, every Nutcracker has a base. So what I'm doing is making a base. All I've done is used some of the 63mm CLS. I've put a couple of bits of ply cheeks on the outside. And then what I'm going to do, I've got another, I don't have a full sheet of ply to fit over the top of it, so I'm going to use a couple of pieces. These are not cut to size, these are for the side, but basically I'm going to form a little lip coming down like that. I'm going to chamfer it all the way around, and then to stand them up, all I'm going to do is have a piece of timber in the middle, and I'll use some threaded bar or something similar and just drill them into that, resin them in, and as they poke up, they'll poke up into the back of his feet. I'll drill them into that. That's absolutely sufficient for holding them up. There's not a great deal of weight in it anyway. But that's, again, just offcuts I've got. For the bigger one, so the only difference with this one is with the legs, and when we come to the stand for them. So this is how I make the base for the larger soldiers, the 6'1". These are held into the base with timber. Let me see if I can show you. And that's all there is to it. Fixed through these timbers. They're going nowhere. And all that happens is our soldier sits over the top of them like that. Done. So our base I've made, basically just a little plinth for him to sit on. Poke the bottom of these 2 pieces of threaded bar enough to get a washer and a nut on there. I've screwed them in by hand and they're very solid. So I actually threaded the timber, which is, I don't know, it would work for longer anyway. What I can do is bolt it down on top of the shoe and then put everything on top of that. What I'm going to do with this now, I'm going to cover it with glitter foam board. Never seen it before, but stick some of my carpet adhesive on there and stick it down. So I'll get that done and show you what it looks like once it's on. So there is our base or plinth for our soldier with the board. Right, let's crack on and get something else done. So strangely enough, I've found the best way to get the threaded bar on was to just clamp it in my vise and literally use the thread. I've not drilled any bigger sizes, so this would have been the 6mm hole we drilled previously when we were doing the cutouts. So I've stuck some gold coloured buttons on, and we've got some cord. We just hung it from the buttons. I've got a belt, cut it down and coloured that with some gold spray and blew some sparkly stuff on it, some glitter. And for the arm, put some of this trim, which I used for the last one. So it's what I had left, bits of it. That's gone on there. I've also put some of the fur on the bottom with a bit of cord, gold coloured cord just above it. I've put fur on the top, and I don't know, I've already sprayed that gold. I don't know whether to put a cord on that or not yet. I've had to change the head because I think the head was a bit too big, so I've changed that, and I shall, once it's all, I've filled it tonight, once it's filled, painted and ready, I'll put it on. So that's where I am at the moment. I've still got a lot more decoration to do, but I'm going to put some gold along the arms, and then around the cuffs I will be putting probably go the same as the rest of it, either green and gold or possibly even the same as I've got here for the boots. But that's where we are. I've just used a bit of this Yoo-Hoo all-purpose adhesive, just put it around this part here, and I'll stick the other piece of this trim on. I've left this slightly high around here because I'm going to sit a little plastic plate over the top of that and that. I'm going to spray them gold, and yeah, it should look quite effective. But there is the two epaulets formed. I've just got to get the arms done, finish off down the bottom, and then sort out what I'm going to do around here. I might put some gold through here yet, or I don't know, some buttons. Let's have a look. So what I've done is roughly drawn the face on the Nutcracker. I'm going to go round that now with acrylic paint. So I shall give that a go and see what it looks like. The very worst of it, we can always paint over it and start again. Let's have a go. For our soldier's pike, I've took a piece of inch overflow pipe, just plastic pipe, and a finial, an old finial which we had for a curtain rail. This one's metal. The diameter, the inside diameter of that didn't fit, so I've had to sleeve the inside of this with a piece of the rail that this was off. So that's it, pretty simple really. I'll push that in a bit. and then just set the finial on top of that. And that's basically the finial. So I'll stick this all together, spray that up. The two hands are there at the moment. They've been sprayed. They've just got to be attached to the arms. Get the pike in, and then we're just about done. Right, let me crack on. The balls are just plain ball pool balls, so they're measured about 55mm. I think it's about, let's have a look, see what they do. So yeah, they're about 2.25 inches. Basically, that's all they are. Not much to them. So let's crack on, put them together. Almost finished. So our completed Nutcracker soldier. You have to bear in mind that you can make these any size you want, providing you've got the bins, buckets, whatever you can find, whatever you can use. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. Well, we've completed our little Nutcracker soldier, and I'm sure you'll agree he looks quite good in the red, green and gold. Whilst I was making him, I also made him a large brother. I made a 7-foot one a couple of years back. It was too big. It was too big for where we live. But anyway, I made a 7-foot one. There was a couple of little subtle differences. I never actually videoed it, but what I did do was take some still photographs. So I will upload a video of this one with the couple of differences, just so you can see that you can make any size you want, really. But for now, that one's complete. That one's complete. If you've watched it all the way through, I really would appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, ring the bell, and come back and watch future videos. I will be doing one for a sleigh and reindeer. That's probably my next one. So keep your eyes open for that one. Thanks very much for watching.